はじめまして、私はジョシュです。よろしくお願いします。My name's Josh, as I said, and today I want to review this book called Remembering the Kanji by James Hazig. I just recently finished this book, and it is a great book. And today I just want to answer 4 basic questions. First, what is Remembering the Kanji? What will it do for you? What it won't do for you? And how to use this book, or how to use things in addition to it. First off, what is Remembering the Kanji? Remembering the Kanji, as the title suggests, is to remember the kanji, a complete course on how not to forget the meaning and writing of Japanese characters. It was written by this guy, James Hazig, who's a professor at the Nanzen Institute in Nagoya. And basically, when he was studying kanji, he had an epiphany that the only way to learn kanji is to learn all of them, all 2,000 some odd characters. And so he wrote a book on how to remember the meaning of a word in relation to a kanji. So what he does is he presents you a simple character, just one. For example, soil, which is a line down and across, and then he builds on it. The next 5 or 10 characters will have complex usages of that character as an element of the kanji. That's basically how he works his book. It's a book about meaning and writing, not about reading and memorization. So what will this book do for you then? Upon completion of the book, or at least halfway through the book, you'll start getting the meaning of a character to its actual character. For example, say the word rain. When you hear the word rain, after completing this book, you will instantly think of, or hope you will think of, this character for rain. You might not know how to say it. You might not know how to say this word, but you'll know that rain equals this word, this kanji. That's all it does for you, really. And that's generally a good idea, because later on, after completing this book, you will learn readings to rain. Later on, you will learn ame equals rain, and you already know rain equals this character. So that's what it does for you. And he doesn't promise you anything more than that. So what it doesn't do for you is it doesn't teach you the readings and the memorization of the character all in one. It only teaches you the keyword to the kanji. Now you might think, geez, I don't want that book because it doesn't teach me readings. Well, the reason that it doesn't do that is because if you learn readings, meaning, and the character all at once, it's just information overload. All the kanji books, all the mnemonic books are just information overload. They're too thick. You need to learn kanji, especially when dealing with 2,000 kanji, you need to learn it in a process. And this is only one of 3 books that he writes. The second book is readings. So this is only one of 3 books. If you complete his series, his 3-book series, you'll learn 3,007 characters systematically. So what I suggest when learning kanji, and I've been learning Japanese for a long time, this is the only book that actually presents a good way to remember all the characters and to push you to Japanese literacy, which commonly is believed to be 2,000 characters. They call these joyo characters, but basically 2,000 characters that are used most commonly. If you're able to know that, you're considered to be literate, which in studying Japanese, I think should be the only goal. Should be learning literacy. Literacy will move to being able to write. Being able to write in Japanese, you'll be able to speak more openly, because the language and writing kind of go hand in hand. So suggestions for if you do decide to pick up this book, which I highly recommend you do, because it'll change your life in Japanese studies. I suggest some other things. Upon buying this book, I suggest you go to Anki's website. Just Google Anki, and what that is a space repetition system. It's basically a flashcard system that will help you remember everything in his book real easy. It basically will show you a character. If you do well on it, it'll shoot it out and show you it just when you're about to forget it. Go to his site and watch a screencast. You'll be amazed. So Anki, I suggest getting a notebook, just a simple notebook, a basic pen to write the characters down, and also flashcards. If you go if you're using Rikai-chan for Japanese, go to that site again, and one of the links in there is flashcards that the person made up for remembering the kanji. So I suggest you go in and download that. And basically that's it. You go through the book, write the characters' names, come up with a story for each character, and then at the end of this, it takes about between 3.5 to 4 months. It took me about 4 months to do. I started in March, and I just finished last night. So basically budget your time. It takes about 3 hours every night to do it, and at the end of it, you'll get so much out of it. You'll have a complete different perspective on Japanese, and you really if you stick through it, you hit it, like I did, you'll know 2,042 characters how to write the meaning and the writing of 2,042 Japanese characters. Alright, I hope this helps you, and arigatou gozaimasu. お疲れ様でした。